Hello and welcome to today's video. My name is Rita, this is my channel 10 Red Lipsticks, and today's video is a collab with DW from Dub's Beauty Diary. So I will link DW's channel down below. Whenever I hear the name DW, I think of Arthur's sister, and I think it's just a fun, cool name. If you aren't aware of Dub's Beauty Diary, it's a great channel, loads of panning content, loads of thinking about your collection content, tags, collabs like this one with loads of people in the panning community, which is so much fun. I love when not only you get to know a creator themselves from their videos, but you get to know what they like, who they're friends with, who they're talking to, and kind of the area of the beauty community that they are a part of. If you don't know DW and her videos, she is a working mom. She has a young child and a partner, and she was working in a caring facility for people with disabilities, and then she had some health difficulties of her own, and now she's working with her partner. And she is very aspirational to me because she balances everything. She frequently films in her car, which I think is just awesome, and I would love to integrate filming into my life in that way. I think we all know that sometimes I go a bit too long in between filming videos, and it's because I feel I have to do the setup, I have to have the space, blah de blah. For example, today we've got a lot of lights, and that's because the sun is setting because it's winter. Well, actually, it is the first day of spring in Ireland that I'm filming this, the 2nd of February. But I will be uploading on the 5th of February, which is my birthday. So when DW contacted me, she said, oh, I was thinking we could do a collab anytime before Valentine's Day. And I was like, my birthday's before Valentine's Day. So happy birthday to me and to any other February babies out there. And today our collab video is going to be a very fun one, ranking all of our red lip products. So obviously my channel name is 10 Red Lipsticks. I love red lipstick. I think it looks so special and fun, and I think anyone can wear red lipstick. I know I often hear people say I'm too pale or I'm too fair featured, like low contrast, you know, fair skin and low contrast, so they've like fair hair and all the rest of it. My lips are too small, my lips are too dry. These are reasons I hear frequently from people why they can't wear red lipstick, and fair enough that maybe not every red lipstick will suit everyone, but I think there is a red lipstick to suit everyone, and it doesn't have to be a matte lipstick. I know a lot of people feel that it's the end of the world if any red lipstick were to get anywhere other than exactly on their lips, maybe very slight overlining, but nothing beyond that. It's not the end of the world if your lipstick smudges. It's just makeup. You can wipe it off, you can reapply it. It's not the end of the world. And I don't think we should put that much pressure on ourselves to look perfect all the time. I don't wear makeup or enjoy makeup because it makes me look perfect all the time. I enjoy it because it's loads of fun. It's a way to be creative. It's a way to play with colour. It's a way to add colour when your outfit doesn't have any, for example. But even though I love red lipstick so much, I haven't been wearing as much of it in the last few years. And that's because obviously red is such a bright colour often, though we're going to have some not so bright options in my ranking here today. And as I've gotten more into playing with other colour cosmetics, particularly colourful eyeshadow, I am not wearing as much red lipstick because sometimes the colours simply clash. I do think red lipstick looks the absolute best with neutrals, but I think it can work with lots of colours as well. And I'd love to hear actually if you've got colour combinations that you like to use alongside red, be it a blush, lipstick or an eyeshadow. Are there other colour combinations that you feel work really well with red? I would love to hear that down below, because that is something I would love to do a bit more of, because these are my favourite lip products. I would love to get a bit more use out of them by not feeling that they're ever clashing with the colourful eyeshadow I might be occasionally wearing. Though I am a neutral girl at heart, I wear a lot of neutral eyeshadow, so it was no difficulty for me to do a neutral look for today, which I thought would highlight the best features of these red lips. So let's get into the ranking. Of course, after you finished my video, I hope you will go over to Dub's Beauty Diary. I will link her channel. I will link her video if it's up by the time I'm posting my video. And yeah, I'm so grateful to DW for inviting me to do this, and really looking forward to seeing what she has ranked. And hearing what you guys think about mine. So, apologies, the angle has suddenly changed. We are going to do some lip swatches today. I have redone, hopefully, the same or very similar makeup using the same products that I did my makeup with when I started filming this video a couple of days ago. But once I had done the ranking and then I was swatching all the different lipsticks, it was just taking a toll on my poor lips, and I didn't want to make them any worse, so I decided to give it a break. But today I've put the same dress back on. I have taken my hair down. It was up, so it's a bit limp and lifeless. It's not as nice as it was when I was filming the rest of the video. And I am going to now film the rest of the swatches. So if during the video the angle is suddenly changing, it is because it is this second day for me to film the rest of the swatches. I will be swatching all of the lipstick products. I'm going to mention a few lip liners, but I won't be swatching those on my lips. I'll swatch them on my arm. These lip swatches are brought to you by Dr. Paw Paw. Scrub and Nourish. This is a lovely little two-part kit where you've got a lip balm and you have a lip scrub that's like gritty and textured, so it's great for buffing away dead skin on the lips. I love this thing so much, and really needed it after swatching most of the lipsticks the other day before I could contemplate swatching a few more for you today. So apologies about the angle changing, and you may notice a few birthday cards have come into my life since then. So yeah, let's get into the ranking. So the title of my channel is 10 Red Lipsticks because when I came up with my channel name, it was for Instagram originally, I was thinking that 10 would be a reasonable number of red lipsticks to declutter down to as someone who loves red lips. And essentially I have done that. Most of that is by decluttering formulae that I really don't like, so like liquid lipsticks that I didn't like, etc. And so I don't have 50 million things to rank today, and I think that's fine. So I'm going to start off with something that isn't really a red lipstick, but I think should get a mention, and that is the Catrice Powerful 5 Lip Care, Lip Balm, whatever, in 040 Addicting Cassis, whatever it is. This is really not a red, but it has like this red wine type of color, and this is what I'm talking about in terms of a very subtle red, where it's a bit purpley, and it really is that red wine color where you're like, oh, it's very deep red, but there's a bit of purple in there. It's kind of a bit of both, and I think it's extremely flattering. This is a more sheer formula, or not sheer, but it's a much it's like a glossier, it's a balm formula. You know what a balm is, a tinted lip balm is. I don't need to go into that much detail, but it is not fully opaque, and I think it's very flattering and could work for loads of people who maybe find that a fully opaque, intense red lipstick is too much contrast with the natural features of their face or the other colours they've got going on. And I just think red is a colour that, you know, it has loads of meaning in different cultures, etc. Obviously, in loads of parts of the world where they're celebrating the Lunar New Year right around now, red is very important, and I think it's a beautiful colour, and finding a way to play with it is, I think, something that everyone would be able to work out a way to make it fun for themselves. I don't really buy into the whole your colour seasons and blah blah blah. Whatever colour you want to wear, that's your colour. That's the colour you look great in. And I want to wear red. So next up, I am going to talk about all of my lip liners together, because the reality is I'm just not the biggest lip liner person. I'm much more into a bullet lipstick. I love a bullet lipstick. I like a squeezy tube. I love a gloss stick, a clicky thing. I love those. Doe foot is cool. Lip liners are not my big thing. So for today, I did add a lip liner, which is this from Zoeva. This is their graphic lips in Poppy Fields. So I applied this lipstick that I'm wearing now at first without any lip liner, because I just reject the idea that your lipstick has to be pristine and perfect at all times. Like, I think we can embrace a bit of the messaging of Brat Summer, that it's okay for things not to be perfect. We're human beings. You're wearing your makeup on your human face. That is not perfect. but I did add a bit of Poppy Fields to tighten up the Cupid's bow and the edges a little bit. And this is from a Big Zoeva set that I got that had a bunch of colours in it. And I've also got a darker lip liner, which is from that same set, which is called Blazing Sun. So I should insert now, I'm not going to do it now because it'll just be a whole mess, the swatches of the two compared. So Poppy Fields is the lighter or brighter red, and Blazing Sun is the deeper, more that red wine, kind of red and purple mixed together colour. I'm just going to move this light because I'm already getting some bad shadows. There we go. So we've got these two here. I really like the formula, and I must say for an intense colour like a red, a wooden pencil is my preference because they're easy to sharpen. And I know you'll say, oh, well, the plastic ones have sharpener hidden in the base. I don't find them to be that good though. Now, I've got a lot of drugstore, so it could be the higher end would be a bit better. So next up, I've got the Milani Understatement Lip Liner in 230 Push It. So this is from the Salt and Pepper collab. And it's this really bright red, and this is the mechanical wind up pencil whereby you are going to be able to sharpen it with, I don't think there is one in the base of this exact product, but with the sharpeners that come in the base of mechanical wind up pencils. And I just find it difficult to get a very sharp point with these. Red lip liner can be excellent in terms of longevity. So if you just want to use a red lip liner as a red lipstick, that's really good. Like if you are really wanting to wear red lipstick and eat a meal, for example, and you really want it to last through, I find that can work really well. And then these are fine. But if I want to sharpen up my Cupid's bow, like I have small lips, I particularly have a small upper lip, I find it difficult to do that with difficult to sharpen mechanical pencil, so that's why I love the wooden. But my favorite red lip liner is the Essence Stay 8 Hour Lip Liner, waterproof with sharpener in 08 Passionate, and I think that is meant to be, since 8 is my favorite number. I was going to paint my nails red for this video, and I decided not to because for my birthday I am getting manicurist nail varnish. It's like with the whole kit. It's like a 10-day manicure, at-home manicure thing, and I'm hoping that's going to arrive like tomorrow or the next day, and I'm going to be able to do my nails for my birthday. So I haven't painted my nails, but I would often match my nails to my lips. So yeah, I really like this. The formula is good, it's long lasting. The colour is this like bright red, again similar to the Milani. I'll pop swatches up so you can see the comparison, but I would say this is kind of more of a true red. This and the Poppy Fields, I'd say, are your kind of most traditional reds, and then the Milani has a little bit more orange than that, and the Blazing Sun is a good bit deeper, more winey. So yeah, like all of these, I don't necessarily feel I have the world's perfect red lip liner. I would be open, you know, if I got to swatch in store, if I heard amazing reviews about a life-changing, affordable, good quality wooden pencil red lip liner, and then I had the opportunity to swatch it in store and I loved it, that's a purchase I would consider in the future. But it's not something I need now because I don't use my red lip liner even when I'm wearing red lipstick a lot of the time, because I often don't wear my red lipstick as opaque as this. I would often blot it out a good bit more. So speaking of things that are not as opaque as this, let's get into the more lipstick shaped things, though not all of these will be fully conventional lipsticks. So first up, or rather last up, I've got the e.l.f. So let me count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. In 10th place, we've got the e.l.f. Sheer Slick Lipstick in Dragon Fruit. So this was decluttered to me by Ruth. Ruth Foley. I will link her channel down below. I feel like I should be doing this over here for it to focus better, but I was thinking over here is where I'm going to put swatches. So I'm doing stuff more over here. This is beautiful. I really like the formula. Doesn't really have a strong scent. I love that it's proper, wind up and down. It's solid enough to go back down. The clicky ones are that they're like too emollient to go back into the tube, I think is why they have to have that packaging. I prefer this packaging. And I must say, this not running away across your face is in its favour. My issue with this, not issue, but the reason it is my least favourite is because of the colour. It is very much raspberry as opposed to a more true red. And while I think that's beautiful and it works very often, it's not always what I'm looking for when I'm looking for a red lipstick. I'm thinking of something more like this, and then when I get something very raspberry, it kind of feels like a popsicle, like something more foody than kind of like fire engine red. And so it's not my favourite, even though I quite like it and I am very happy to have it, because I love to have the option of a less opaque, less matte red. One thing I do very often on a night out, because I find that red lipstick makes or breaks an outfit on a night out. I'm not a big high heels person, and in the way I think high heels can become the statement that elevates an outfit to make it clear this is my going out celebration nighttime outfit, I think red lipstick can have that same effect. So I'll often have a matte red lipstick on from when I do my makeup at home before I go out. But then when I'm topping up, particularly if I've had a few drinks, I don't want to be going to the fuss of trying to make a matte lipstick work really well. And then if I make a mistake, it's a bit of work to correct the mistake. I love to have something glossy for topping up that's a bit less of a big deal, that, you know, it'll wear away more quickly, but also if I make a mistake, it's not that big of a deal. So this kind of thing I find extremely utilitarian in my collection. Now, we've gone on a bunch of rants that aren't exactly about the products I'm talking about, so we're going to move it along in this ranking. Next up, in 9th place, we've got another e.l.f. product. This is the Seriously Satin line, and this is the colour Pepper. So this is quite orange. Now, it's not the most orange from this line. I will get the most orange, which is like literally a bright orange for you. Oh no. Oh, here it is. So they have literally an orange, which you could mix and match with the other reds that come in this line. But Pepper, I'd say, is a more orangey red than some of the others. I love this formula. I love the packaging. I think it's really, really cute, and I am happy to have this. Once I tried how this formula, I had a couple of colours. I went out and bought all of them, including all of the reds, because I love red lipstick. And I was like, that's excellent. Now, this is getting older now, so I don't think it's going to last, might not even last the year in my collection, unfortunately. But I love having a variety of tones of red lipstick. And I like having the orange. I quite like having the orange, because I find I do a lot of mixology with my red lipsticks. I will wind up layering 2 or 3 things, seeing how they amalgamate on my face, and making my own perfect red, depending on my eyeshadow, depending on my hair, depending on what outfit I'm wearing that day. And I really, really enjoy that. So I love having, they're not that subtle, but subtle variations in the e.l.f. Seriously Satin, because, you know, then I'm not kind of messing with the formula, though I do mix and match my lipsticks from other brands. So back on the glossy train, in 8th place, we've got the NYX Fat Oil Slick Click Shine Lip Balm. All of these things, such long names. In the shade #10 Double Tap. So these names are all about like social media and whatever. So this is the clicky stick style, whereby you can't get it back into the packaging once you have clicked it up. I love the way these feel. I like the way they smell. They do have a sweet smell. I would go and smell them in store if you are sensitive. Sorry, I need to stop putting things on that side of my face because it's casting a shadow. So I'll move swatches to over here. If you are sensitive to scent, I would definitely go in store and smell these before getting any of them. I really like the packaging. I really love this. This again is a bit more raspberry. But yeah, I would be very interested, because apparently you use these up quickly. I haven't used mine up though. If I do finish this, in trying out one of the other red shades in this line. I like the idea. I think it works well. It is more emollient than the e.l.f. Sheer Slick. Sorry, there's so many e.l.f.s. And I would say, if your biggest fear about red lipstick is it running across your face outside of your lip line, this is not the formula for you. I am willing to put up with that. I am happy to put a bit of maintenance into my red lipstick, and I'm not that concerned if it doesn't look perfect for a little while because it got a bit smeared. But if that's your big concern, this is not the formula for you. Or obviously the more subtle colours could be better for you. Next up, we've got another e.l.f. sheer Seriously Satin, too many of these, and this is actually in the shade Raspberry, so again is a bit more raspberry, but I just find all of these work really well. They're just a very solid traditional formula, not too matte and not shiny. A lot of people kind of objected when these were called satin. People were saying, well, they're kind of a more traditional matte formula. And I would say, no, they're not. They're just really not drying at all. I would say they're very kind of natural finish. Obviously, lipstick isn't natural, but they're a very natural finish. So yeah, really, really like that. I'm not sure if they're actually even still available. Next up's for something completely different. So not a glossy balm and not a bullet lipstick. We have in in 6th place, the Lacura Hydrate and Shine Tinted Lip Oil. So obviously this is supposed to dupe the, please focus. So this is supposed to dupe the Rare Beauty lip oils, and this is in the shade Merlot Moment. Now they have 3 shades of this line, and they won't have the same thing all the time. It's in the middle aisle. If you shop in Aldi or Lidl, you know the story. They change out what they've got, but they often bring things like this back. So, you know, things like this will often sell out and then it'll be back in 3 months or 6 months or something. So I got all 3 shades and I'm really glad that I did. Now, this isn't the reddest red. In fact, I'd say there'd be people who would argue it's not a red. It's very much that red wine type of colour that I was talking about, where there's purple to it, etc. And I really would say that when you first apply this and it is actually glossy is when it looks the reddest, and then when that fades and it's the tint that's left behind, it's a bit less red. But I think it definitely counts as a red lipstick and I really, really like it. I like the scent. No, this doesn't have a scent. Sorry, I'm thinking of a different lip product that I got last year from Aldi. I really like the formula. I was surprised how much I liked the formula. That's why I went out and bought the other 2 colours. And with a red, it is nice to have a tinted product. For example, to have this on and then, you know, you're eating a meal or whatever, as it wears away. It's not just this dramatic change. If you, like me, have a very light natural pigment in your lips, to have a tint stay there is really, really nice, and I find this works really well. Yeah, really, really like it, and maybe a bit of a safer bet if you're thinking of experimenting with reds but they're not your comfort territory, and definitely a great one for the autumn time. I'm so excited to whip this out come September and have that kind of deeper but not like too deep lip. Really looking forward to that one. And now in 5th place we've got our top ranking of the e.l.f. Seriously Satin lipsticks, and this is in the shade Cherry. So, you know, it could be what I have on today. It's not. It is the more traditional red colour, and I really love that. I think all shades of red are beautiful and can be mixed and matched and maybe suit different seasons. Like I definitely think a brighter, more orangey red works better in the summer. And then deeper tones, you know, nearly purple, work so well in the autumn. But I think this kind of solid traditional red works for every skin tone and works all year long. So I think the palest of pale people, the deepest of dark people with any undertone could make this work. Now you might disagree with me, but I think I've never seen red lipstick look bad on anyone, to be perfectly honest. I've seen red lipstick be a bit messy and whatever, but I've never been like, oh no, that doesn't suit that person. I think red lipstick is the best. I'll get off my horse about proselytizing how great red lipstick is now. Next, in fourth place, we've got the Milani Salt and Pepper Collab lipstick. So we had the lip liner earlier, and here we have the matching lipstick. So the lip liner, you can see it's a bit brighter, a bit more orangey, and similar with the lipstick. I really like that this lipstick has the embossing of Milani on the bullet. I think that just makes it feel a bit more elevated. It would want to. Milani in Ireland is very expensive, but I ordered this from the US in 2020 when I was just spending money. I was very flahuluk with my makeup purchases. I really like the solidity of this bullet, that it can stand up, that it won't roll away because it's kind of a rounded square. I think it looks nice. I think the Salt and Pepper collab is cool. Yeah, I am a big fan of this. This is my favourite of my orangey lipsticks, orangey reds, but orangey red isn't my favourite red tone. So yeah, it's up here partially because of the quality, and I like the formula, and I'm really impressed that it has lasted this long as well. Yeah, it still has that perfumey makeup scent that it had when I first got it. So yeah, really like that one, and I would not be opposed at all to getting another Milani lipstick in the future. Now, not anytime soon because I am awash with lipsticks. So we've had a lot of drugstore. Now we're going to get into some luxury. So I did not pay for this. I got this as a free sample. This is the, oh, actually my mother-in-law got it as a free sample because she buys Tom Ford perfumes, and she gave it to me. So this is the Tom Ford Lip Curler Rouge à Lèvres, which I think just means lipstick, in 16 Scarlet Rouge. I keep my mini lipsticks in their boxes because I have had difficulties in the past. I had a beautiful MAC mini lipstick that I did pay for, and I now, obviously no lipstick is going to survive this, but I put it in the washing machine and it fell apart. I had another Tom Ford mini, which actually should be here somewhere. Maybe not. Which my mother-in-law decluttered to me and it broke. So upsetting. So yeah, this one I'm being more careful with. So again, 16 Scarlet Rouge, and this is the traditional red, but a little bit deeper. Now, I love a mini lipstick like this in terms of transportability, and this is obviously really cute, really high end, but it's not, I wouldn't say the full size of this is the exact same packaging. So this packaging isn't the perfect mini lipstick packaging. We'll get into that in a moment. But I love anything like this that's square, that won't roll away when you put it down on your desk, especially when it is something a bit more fragile like this. But look at this little Tom Ford logo in the top. Isn't that so cute? So cute. So yeah, this is just slightly deeper than kind of the more traditional red. So I really appreciate that. For me, my natural pigment in my lips is, it's just it's a nice colour, but it's very undersaturated. So my big thing, particularly say during the pandemic and we were Zooming all the time and talking to your friends and family or like people from work or important things through video calls, was that I looked sick or dead because my lips looked like they were the exact same colour as my face and just disappearing. And it was not appealing. So I love for a lipstick to really have pigment. That's quite important to me. And with smaller lips, sometimes I do feel you kind of want to make them stand out more. Some people would think the exact opposite. Fair enough. But yeah, I really like this one. It's a more balmy texture. Definitely not like a matte lipstick that would hold up for forever, but a more solid balmy texture than the two previous ones, the NYX and the Elf Sheer Slick. It's a balmy lipstick, not a balm, if you get what I mean. And now, in second place, we have the lipstick I'm wearing today. I'm not wearing the lipstick that's in first place because I have worn that in a lot of videos, and I'm sure some of you who watch my videos all the time know what that is already. We'll talk about it in a moment. If you are new to my channel, if you are here from Dubs Beauty Diary, please do stick around. I will put links to other videos in the eye or whatever that you can have a look at after this. But what I'm wearing today, and the lipstick in second place, is the Lasting Finish lipstick in 01 from Rimmel London. I know you don't really hear that much about Rimmel on YouTube. It's obviously huge in Britain, it's huge in Ireland, and this is just like your solid, very, very reliable red. It's kind of disappearing on the inner border now. Again, if you are sensitive to scent, I would try and swatch this in store because it has that, you know, perfumey makeup smell that a lot of makeup has. So yeah, I still have glue, even though I've owned this lipstick for a million years, on mine from the sticker that was on it in the shop. I wouldn't be surprised if that sticker was a discount sticker, because I've owned this lipstick for a very, very long time, and I used to not invest much money into my makeup. So yeah, I love this. I think this shade might be called Kate, and they did loads of collabs, or not collabs, but they like had as a spokesperson, Rimmel had Kate Moss as a spokesperson, so like she had her whole own line and everything. So I think this was like meant to be the go-to statement red lipstick for a time from Rimmel, and I absolutely love it. And I would say like their Get the London Look campaign, or what's it called, the phrase, advertising, no idea, but their Get the London Look thing, I remember as a teenager and in my 20s visiting London and feeling a bit underdressed, feeling I wasn't quite up to the big metropolis and whatever in terms of my style, and definitely red lipstick is the way to zhuzh it up and feel a bit more fancy. What's the thing of like wearing my zone 1 outfit in zone 8, or I don't know how many zones there are. It's like the transport, you pay more to get into the city centre with the public transport, and that's zone 1, and you're, you know, if you're going to a fancy fashionable event, it's probably in zone, or it could be in zone 1, but like wearing your fancy outfits out in the suburbs. Anyway, that's, I will link that down below. I sound crazy. So finally, rant over. That lipstick is great. Rimmel lipsticks in general are great, and I believe they are now cruelty free. I know a lot of people kind of definitely didn't shop from them when they weren't cruelty free, but yeah, worth checking out if you don't mind perfumey scents in your lipstick. But in first place, we have another luxury lipstick, and it's another mini. This is Gucci Goldie Red. So I believe this is a near copy of their full-size packaging, which I really appreciate. It says Gucci on the top, got the lovely goldy shade, gold base, and it, you know, feels good, clicks on and off, as opposed to the kind of slow push on and off that the Tom Ford mini has. And as you can see, this is more orange than a lot of things I've been talking about as being the classic red, but this is the perfect red. So yeah, I'll just compare it to Pepper here, which I'd say is one of the most orangey ones we've looked at. And obviously a part of this is that the Gucci is a true matte and Pepper is shiny. And then we'll just have a look at it next to the Milani as well, which is a little more orange. Ooh. So I've got the Gucci in the center, the Milani on this side, and the e.l.f. on this side. Very similar, but not quite the same. Not quite exact. And I was so thrilled to get this as a free sample with a purchase of my Gucci bronzer. And I wore this in the evening on my wedding day. I wore NARS American Woman during the day, which is like, it has a bit of red in it, but is like a deeper nude. A lot of people would be like, no, that's colourful lipstick, but just my fear of my lips being invisible, I wanted real colour on my lips. And then, so I wore that during the day, and then when we were about to start dancing, I put on this red lipstick, and I put it on without a mirror, without lip liner or anything. I just put it on, and then I took my phone out and looked, like at my table, I just put it on, took my phone out and looked at it. I'm sure it wasn't perfect, but it looked great. I was really happy, and it zhuzhed it up to say, this is party time. And that's what red lipstick means to me. I have been wearing red lipstick since I was a teenager. I've been wearing it on nights out where I had literally not one other makeup product on, which is very, you know, supermodel chic of you have your sunglasses on. No, I had no sunglasses on. I just had red lipstick on, which I think is a bit much. I wouldn't do that now, but I definitely think it is something that it just brings me so much joy, and I love this little collection of red lipsticks that I've got going on at the moment. I always feel a need to buy a new red lipstick whenever I hear, you know, oh, the Merit lipsticks or the whatever. I'm trying to think of another bullet lipstick that has really been hyped in the last while, and I can't think of anything, but I'm sure there are many. Oh, it's just the perfect, it's the this, it's the that, and I'm always tempted. And the reason I haven't decluttered, you know, my 10th favourite, my 9th favourite, etc., is because this collection holds me back from going off the road and just buying every variation in the world of red lipstick, because the reality is I often layer 3 different lipsticks to get exactly what I want. So I don't need the perfect shade in every formula. I've got beautiful shades in beautiful formulas, and I think all of these are good. You know, even my least favorite, I think they're really good, and I have loads of fun with them. I would love to hear ideas of colour combinations that work with red lipstick, so I could keep getting a bit more use out of my red lipstick now that I'm wearing more colourful eyeshadow. But I think, you know, a full glam, I haven't bothered to spot conceal or anything with this, but like a full glam look with red lipstick is just, and a neutral eyeshadow is just the most special, spectacular thing for a night out. And I think it goes really well with black and white, which I love wearing black and white. So yeah, this has been my overly detailed, I've been filming for 36 minutes. I haven't done the swatches or anything. Ranking of all of my red lipstick products. If there's anything else in my collection you think I should rank or you would like to hear my opinions on, please let me know. If you are still here and not completely turned off by my ranting and raving about the amazing properties of red lipstick and how everyone in the world should try it, then please do leave me maybe a little cake emoji for my birthday, and that'd be really nice. And don't forget to watch Dub's Beauty Diaries video, which I will link down below. Thank you. Oh, I just thought of something else I want you to say in the comments. Do you have a perfect red lipstick? I'm not going to buy it. But I will put it on a wish list, and I will think about it for years to come until I can swatch it in a store and see if it's something that I need. I'm not going to buy any red lipsticks this year. I'm committing to that. But you know, maybe in a year or two. Particularly these 3 aren't going to last for years to come. So if I stick to my 10 goal, there might be room for the perfect red lipstick next year. So yeah, tell me what I should be seeking out to swatch in store. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye!